equaliser at Elland Road, and an own goal by Leeds United's Lucas Radovich brought Liverpool points. Delightful show of brilliance. More good news, Michael Owen available again. He's been out injured since April. It was despair for Arsene Wenger, though, as Arsenal lost at home to Manchester United at the weekend, but they bounced back to beat Bradford City on Wednesday. Now it's Anfield for one of England's flagship fixtures. Liverpool against Arsenal. It's live. Hello once again, I'm Martin Tyler, and this is Anfield. It's Liverpool against Arsenal. A challenge that the home side can approach with far greater confidence after bringing 3 points back from Leeds on Monday night. Arsenal still formidable opposition, despite their huge disappointment of losing at home for the first time in 20 months last Sunday to their great rivals Manchester United, who incidentally come here in 2 weeks' time. Only Liverpool's second match here this season, and they were on the wrong end of a startling result in the first. They lost to newly promoted Watford. Keeps the same 11 who started the win at Leeds, though Titi Camara will have more licence to push further forward to support Robbie Fowler. Camara from Marseille, Dutch goalkeeper Westerveld, and the tall defender from Finland, Hupia, all newcomers this season, but they're still without 3 other fresh faces, Osho, Hamann and Schmitzer, all injured. Michael Owen, though, is on the bench. He's missed 11 games either side of the summer break with a hamstring injury. Arsenal, too, have an England man on the mend. Tony Adams comes in for his first game of the season. Both fullbacks, Lee Dixon and Nigel Winterburn, return after shorter absences, but David Seaman's still not quite right, so Alex Manninger continues in goal. Kanu was a casualty of Wednesday's win over Bradford City, so Thierry Henry will start through the middle, and Mark Overmars is in the starting 11 for the first time this campaign. It is a glorious day here. Warm on the bench. Arsene Wenger made a quick midweek trip to Monaco to accept a UEFA award for sportsmanship over his insistence on replaying that controversial FA Cup tie with Sheffield United. So Tony Adams, the charismatic captain, is back. And although Michael Owen is waiting on the sidelines, he will find a very different look to Liverpool. Jamie Redknapp has taken on the role of captain. David James, Rob Jones, Steve McManaman, Paul Ince, Øyvind Leonardsen amongst the departures from Anfield. Only Carragher and Berger started this fixture a year ago, compared to 7 players from Arsenal. Liverpool do have a remarkable recent record against the Gunners. They've not lost any of their last 12 competitive meetings. Liverpool winning 8, 4 draws, including both Premier League matches last season. Martin Keown, one of a number of the Arsenal players called into England's first international squad of the new campaign, away to Luxembourg, home to Luxembourg next Saturday and away to Poland the following Wednesday. Well, Liverpool determination for this season, further reinforced by the events of the last couple of days. The 4 times European Cup winners not involved in the European draws. They failed to qualify for either the UEFA Cup or the Champions League. Dermot Gallagher is the referee. Arsenal know their European opposition, drawn in a tough Champions League group with Barcelona, Fiorentina and AIK from Sweden. So the big matches will come thick and fast. Dennis Bergkamp, whose travel plans will be interesting for Europe, the Dutchman who doesn't fly. So this has always been a fixture with rich tradition, jam-packed of international talent, and at Anfield you get a terrific atmosphere and a wonderful playing surface. Reserve game on Tuesday. He himself has felt that he's been fit for over a week or so now, but Arsene Wenger didn't risk him against Manchester United and has admitted that maybe he should have done. Arsenal led in that game against the team that took the league and the FA Cup from them last season. They led at Highbury on Sunday but were beaten 2-1. Would have made a difference, we'll never know. Winterburn also didn't play in that game. He's recovered from ankle trouble. Overmars, Bergkamp. He's got Ray Parlour running to his right. Rather ran into some Liverpool traffic there, including David Thompson's tackle, which Dermot Gallagher saw as on the late side, and Arsenal have got a free kick. Not sure quite where Bergkamp was intending to go. He was being forced square, but then sent tumbling, and it was rash and impetuous from a young player. And we await to see the consequences to the home side. Arsenal have got a posse of 5 players around the ball, including the man who was fouled. Pointing from Overmars, 8 is Ljungberg. Teed up for Bergkamp, and the ball was looping up, maybe worryingly for Liverpool, but Jamie Carragher reacted very promptly and hoofed it away for the corner. So Arsenal starting on the front foot. Match number 13 in this sequence will be lucky for them against Liverpool after 12 meetings with them without a win. The Song getting his head to it. Robbie Fowler on the edge of his own area. Camara is already proving to be a very popular acquisition. Fowler needs some support here. And gets it from all sorts of quarters, but Matteo was the one he chose. Oh, and a bit of hesitation by Song, and Overmars cashing in on that. Carragher drawn across as well. It's still Mark Overmars for Arsenal. Bergkamp. Parlour. Trying to take on Liverpool, just forced back by Berger. Early ball from Dixon. Cleared by Rigobert Song. Adams with a pretty powerful back pass that had Manning slightly wrong-footed for a moment. Winterburn looking long for Henry, and Westerveld using the full perimeter of his area and also turning to have a word with those around him in Liverpool red, who rather confused the goalkeeper's passage then to deal with the threat posed by Henry, who has a chance playing through the middle to show that he can be Anelka-like. Fowler. Gerrard! Got plenty of power into that. It's only 19, and Gerard Houllier determined to keep some local pulse going in his Liverpool setup, and certainly Gerard comes into that category. Who's got a very good record against Arsenal, 9 goals and 11 appearances against them, including a couple of hat-tricks, putting some pressure on there, but he's given away the free kick. Time for me to tell you that Aston Villa have scored early at home to Middlesbrough. They're in second place at the start of play. The goal scorer, Dion Dublin. Personality as much as his play that appreciates so much, and this when it's not there. It's a fairly decent ball from the skipper on his comeback. Miles couldn't quite pull it down and get away from Song. Ljungberg, who's centre of Arsenal's midfield, although not in that particular moment, but he's given that role alongside Vieira. Petit is still injured. They switched Ray Parlour last weekend to partner Vieira in the centre. It didn't quite work out, so in midweek Parlour was back on the right-hand side, and Arsene Wenger was happy with that. Arsenal beat Bradford City 2-0. In truth, it could have been 12. To hold it when there was space to move into, and Liverpool concentrating on keeping possession. Thompson, Redknapp again, Thompson again, Berger. Offside by a good distance. Robbie Fowler, who is now the vice-captain to Redknapp. Just about the timing of the run, and as you could see, always two sides to that story. Fowler might say the pass could have come quicker, but I think the greater share of blame on that occasion was with the striker. Winterburn, part of the Arsenal side who won here in such historic circumstances more than 10 years ago now, to win the title from Liverpool. 1989, Dixon, Adams and Winterburn all savoured that famous evening. It's good work this by Liverpool, and Robbie Fowler. Oh, wonderful goal! Fowler has been telling everyone that he's not been in his best form. But my goodness. Somehow, when he faces Arsenal, he so often comes up with something special, and this is very special. Even though he slipped as he struck it, underside of the bar and in. And Liverpool have struck early, and it's Robbie Fowler with a very eye-catching goal indeed. Redknapp. Two matches between the two sides last season were both goalless draws. I hesitated to spell it out to you at the start in case you thought it might be a bad omen. It's not goalless today. Fowler has already seen to that. Vieira taking over. Hupia. Parlour. spot. Arm raised an apology by the Liverpool captain. But it's the vice-captain who's got the crowd roaring here, Robbie Fowler. Henry. Appeals for handball by Ljungberg, the referee allowing him to go on, and the Swede storming down the Arsenal right, but sorted out by Dominic Matteo. There's no doubt that the nature of this fixture, coming on the back of the fine win at Leeds, is just what Liverpool will be looking for. There's no complacency when Arsenal are around, and it's produced an awesome opening goal from Robbie Fowler. The right attitude right from the first whistle for Gerard Houlliér's men. That's a great ball by Adams. Parlour puts it in, but run a long way. The flag was up, I must say, before Parlour put head to ball. Phil Thompson and Gerard Houllier making a point maybe about that move. Well, the Liverpool management team reckon it'll be another couple of months for the new players to fully show their potential. It's been an old favourite. Robbie Fowler, who's Redmond coming in behind Fowler there. But all this impetus really a response to the way the week started at Ellen Road and the way the match has started here. So eager, Gerard Houlliér's men, to try and convert the cutback. And Redknapp maybe distracted as much by his own players as the opposition sliced it well wide. Overmars. He was caught by Gerrard. A bit further out, the free kick this time. Gerrard might have got the ball first too, but it always looks easier in slow motion to assess. Gallagher looking at it from an opposing angle. Here's Bergkamp with the free kick. Able to let it run. Got bodies in the right areas. Stopped Arsenal making a run in at the far post. Fowler, Redknapp looking for Berger. Early ball by Dixon. Carragher telling the goalkeeper to back off, and it was good judgment from Jamie Carragher just to make sure that defender and keeper didn't get too close to each other, which can be a recipe for confusion and catastrophe. What a pace. Baking hot August afternoon on Merseyside, certainly by English standards. And Liverpool forcing the issue there to get the throw. Gerrard. Camera. Matteo. Berger. Arsenal struggling to stem the flow. It was a slip by Patrick Berger. A good, strong challenge by Ljungberg. Dixon. This shot was from some distance, but I think Manninger and Seaman together wouldn't have stopped Robbie Fowler's goal. So responsibility on Overmars and Bergkamp. Thierry Henry still bedding in. Chance for him to show what he's made of, though, in difficult circumstances. But it's Fowler again! Well, there's nothing like a goal to lift the spirits of a striker, especially the sort of goal that Robbie Fowler already has to his name today. And it will be even more a shoot-on-sight policy now from Liverpool's number 9. He beat the goalkeeper, but it was a good yard or so wide. Pierre closed down rapidly by Redmond. Thompson, back well under pressure, not quite so well done by Song. Gerrard, who got it, doing what he does well, interrupting the opposing flow from midfield. Competently sprayed from left to right by Camara. The problem for Liverpool is not maybe in this facet of the play, this particular phase of the game, as they are flying at the moment, but sustaining it against a very street-wise side. Bergkamp, Vieira, Dixon. Rupia. Again, quite comfortable when he's drawn out of the centre. Dixon. Better the tall man from Finland then, but help is on hand. Fowler. It's not all coming off, but it's certainly very encouraging for Liverpool. Henry. Berger's header. Ljungberg. Taking a measured view of that challenge by Song on Overmars. Really having a word with the culprit. Liverpool's so much quicker at the moment in movement and in thought. Keogh. Rounded by Berger. By Berger, and that's going to be a booking. So the man from the Czech Republic. Patrick Vieira was annoyed with himself. I've seen him like this before. He was very nearly caught in possession. He raised his own game until he was felled by a not particularly sinister lunge from Berger, but certainly an unfair one. And coming in from behind, the referee really left with no option to show the yellow card. Tipped up by Winterberg towards Keogh. Ljungberg, crossed down by Thompson. Again, more enthusiasm and eagerness than anything else, but it was a bit of a shove. Bergkamp trying to steer a shot through the crowd. Carragher. Too much time to dwell on the picture in his mind before playing the ball. And Vieira Caught out again by the eagerness of Gerrard. Liverpool this time couldn't build from that. Gerard Houllier still leaving Robbie Fowler as the one main man through the centre. Camara, when Arsenal had the ball, acting as a fifth midfield player. No flag here, Henry in pursuit. He kept it in only to the benefit of Mathieu. Berger. Took over, and he started here in partnership with Roy Evans before that partnership was dissolved in the autumn. But it's usually been one thing or the other. They don't draw many games under Houllier, Liverpool. They're brimming full of ideas and hope. And should they be able to have a week in which they've won at Leeds and beat Arsenal here, that would be some announcement that Liverpool are pressing to return to the status that they occupied so splendidly in the English game, the European game, the world game, particularly in the 70s and 80s. A long way to go in this one, though, but they do lead, thanks to a superbly struck goal by Robbie Fowler. So far, Dixon runs away from Overmars. Really, that you could say was an unforced error, but the pace at which Liverpool had played made Mark Overmars think that he hadn't got time to really measure his touch as the cross came in. Bergkamp, even he can't get a second foot to it because Carragher was out quickly. Redknapp, after a good challenge by Fowler that the crowd appreciated. Camara, Fowler. Gerard Houllier was accused by his great friend Arsene Wenger of putting out a team with Italian-like defensive strategies. The sides last met, that was at Highbury, to be fair, and Liverpool ground out a 0-0 draw back in January. Bergkamp. Strong. Well, it's been a stirring first quarter to the game. Very much in keeping with the power and the passion that's associated with England's Premier League. Qualities that players who come from all around the world now to take part in it recognise that they have to supply as well. Tempo demands it. Volume of support demands it. You feel as Michael Owen limbers up that Liverpool are going absolutely at full throttle at the moment. And they've got not just top quality opposition to cope with, but also the climate as well today. Deep down, Gerard Houllier would be happy to get through today without having to use Michael Owen, who's not had a competitive game since he was past fully fit from that very deep-seated torn hamstring. Likely that he sustained at Leeds. That was in last season's fixture. handy, but only as a spectator. Dixon. Driven out by Carragher. Dixon decides to let it run. Bergkamp. Stayed on his feet. Son tucking in to clear the cross. Put in by Parler. Bergkamp tries again to get away. Redknapp protecting the corner. Ljungberg. Henry. Dixon supporting Parler. Arsenal have got a lot of players forward here, but cross delivered far too long by Lee Dixon. Henry did well because he bought Arsenal a bit of time. Dixon had a long way to get back into position. Some consternation. Arsene Wenger is not one to betray his emotions, but certainly the bench shot after Roy Keane's goal at Manchester United 2-1 lead at Hungary on Sunday indicated how deep his feelings go, but usually get them expressed by the Arsenal manager. He must be very concerned at the moment because his side are second to the ball more often than not. Redknapp, Ljungberg located it as it dropped. Henry. Henry presented with possession. Cross goes Carragher. On the other side from Merseyside, Everton have had such a good time recently amongst the goals, but bad news for their followers today. They're down to 10 men at Derby. Richard Dunn sent off for 2 cautionable offences. It's like the opening half an hour at Pride Park. Gerard Houllier just a bit concerned that this highly charged start is just beginning to burn out a bit. I don't think there's any great surprise in that. It's maybe a time to be a little bit more circumspect in their play, Liverpool. They've now got the lead that Fowler's given them to protect. The picture will be delighted to see that one of his strikers, as far as England are concerned, has struck such a splendid goal in such an important game. And Arsenal would only, I think, deep down have expected Robbie Fowler to be firing on all cylinders today. He invariably does against that. Now and detect the restlessness amongst the supporters, but it really was a case of such excellence early on. There's bound to be a dip at some point. The important thing for Liverpool is so far any dip in their play has not been costly. Dixon. Looking early for Henry, misjudged by Carragher. Son just got a piece of it. That was enough to affect it onto Overmars, but it bounced off the Dutchman. Son has played it dangerously, to say the least. And that's Dixon. Matteo was a bit tentative, and one or two questions being asked by the Liverpool players then, particularly those not in the back line, of those in the back line. Dixon's last goal going on for 3 years ago.
Be ready to go! Be ready to go! Be ready to go! Go with him! Don't let him turn! Let me go!
Tidied up by Keown. Winterburn. Is on the move. Deflection suited Carragher. To Vesterveld, who has played for Holland. Showed some nifty footwork there. Ljungberg likewise. Expect that more from the midfield player. Season of significance for Liverpool. Having failed to qualify for Europe, the focus will be on the domestic competitions. Just won one trophy as the League Cup in the last 7 seasons. The last league title, the last of 18, still by far the best in England, was in 1990. Generation of young Liverpool supporters who only hear about the old days, no memories of them. Fowler, great run by Fowler, and a very fine stop by Manninger. In the end, Robbie Fowler, having wriggled his way through, went for power and produced enough of it. But had it sped past Manninger, you might have credited the striker and not blamed the goalkeeper too much. As it is, the Austrian turned it aside. But Robbie Fowler in very fine fettle. Out by Vieira. Song. Would be happy to turn away. He is left-footed. Berger. Camera. Come off for him there. Adams. Son and Carragher confusing each other. It's a type of defensive uncertainty that's haunted Liverpool in the past couple of years. Top priority, particularly for Phil Thompson, a great centre-back at this club in his day, to sort out. Liverpool survived that particular scare. The local boys. Song. Henry. Joined in the centre by Parler. Overmars. Vieira. It's a good collective defending by Liverpool. Gallagher could have given a free kick to Arsenal on that far side, but chose to let them keep possession. There's nothing really on from the centre of midfield.
Go on for Fowler, blocked by Adams on the ground. He pats his chest. The referee sees no reason to disagree with that, despite plenty of Merseyside rules. And suddenly it's Bergkamp at the other end, and Song gets back to help out Westerveld. Still Liverpool protesting about the incident involving Tony Adams, who can smile about it. Just indicating about his studs to the bench, because he lost his balance on the turn here and certainly pushed his chest at the ball. That's not to say that there might not have been other contact further down, maybe the right arm, but the effort from Adams initially was chest. Getting forward. Overmars. Parler got in behind Hoopier. There's been a goal at Valley Parade. Bradford City 0, West Ham 1. The West Ham goal scorer Paolo Di Canio. Loaned Ian Wright to Nottingham Forest, and he scored as well today. His Forest debut against QPR. Arsenal fans will be interested to hear that as well, I'm sure. Well, Dermot Gallagher to give what he saw. The penalty appeal. Change of pace there by Sami Hyypiä. He saw off Ray Parler. Akers, the kit man, the boots. Touched by Adams. His eyes. Free kick given against Henry.
We have a message from Mr. Shafiq Al-Din to call the police room, please.
Berger. Across to Song and does so. Well, to Arsenal's credit, they've stopped some of the Liverpool flow, which was so conspicuous in the first chapter of this particular story. Fowler was the central character. Arsenal need to do more than that. Overmars. Very well dispossessed by Hyypiä. Arsenal for their improvement, still haven't quite matched that. Yeah, who scored against Bradford on Wednesday night. Maybe
doesn't get quite as many goals as he should. Ljungberg, who scored in the defeat against Manchester United on Sunday. Thaler. It's a Ljungberg who mistimes the tackle and gets a yellow card for it. Berger, who's been booked earlier. But duel between the two French managers, Gérard Houllier with the edge so far over Arsène Wenger. Berger. Camara. Liverpool have got 3 in the Arsenal penalty area. Camara playing for the free kick and getting it. Look at some disdain to Vieira, who was enjoying a chat with Camara before the game. All friends from other countries, particularly the French boys, reuniting before the kick-off, before battle really started in earnest. And what a fierce battle it's been in this first half. Headed out by the player who conceded the free kick, Vieira. Thompson trying to drill it back goalwards. Arsenal got the block in. But in the end, it's a little moral victory for Arsenal there to force Liverpool all the way back to the goalkeeper. By Westerveld, and a shrewd header by Camara. Lovely dummy by Redknapp. Fowler, we've got players to the right, and in the end, Tony Adams just got there where Robbie Fowler had seen Thompson, and Thompson was giving Fowler quite an earful for not spotting the opportunity. You see where Berger was going, but Fowler was checking back onto his stronger side. And Adams got in the nick of time for Arsenal to keep it just at 1-0 in Liverpool's favour. Trying the trick against Keown, barreling into Dixon. Berger. Oh, it's a mistake by Lee Dixon. Berger, Fowler, struck Keown. Looked as though the shot was going in. Vieira's there. Free kick to Arsenal. Dixon remonstrating with the referee. Presumably complaining that he lost the ball in an unfair incident. There he is already down. Cut back for Fowler. And Martin Keown still keeping Arsenal just one adrift. Liverpool have regained the momentum of the first 15 minutes as the first half draws to a close. But they haven't added to the 1-goal lead. Bergkamp. Suggesting to Dermot Gallagher that he might have been caught off balance, but there was nothing too serious about the contact. But there's plenty serious about this support for Liverpool. They've suffered it in the wake of Manchester United in particular, also Arsenal setting the standards as well since Liverpool were last top dog. Very reckless in the challenge then. Can be hot-headed, Martin Keown, on this baking hot afternoon. His emotion got the better of him then. Looking for Keown. It's in the range of Jamie Redknapp, this one. What a blow it would be. score again before half-time. Bagger! Well, I think Dermot Gallagher was wondering, as I was, whether Manninger got a touch on that, but it must have grazed the outside of the post. It did. Tremendous try by Patrick Berger, typifying the drive and the determination of Liverpool, and indeed the style of their play in the first half. Robbie Fowler has scored his 10th career goal for Liverpool against Arsenal, and 10 out of 10 for the style of it as well.
First goal scored at 8 minutes 13 seconds.
The goal in the 9th minute, and Liverpool had a tremendous early spell. They certainly came on strong towards the end of the half as well, and Arsenal have found it pretty sticky going here on a very warm afternoon at Anfield. At half-time, it's Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0.
I was running through on goal against Leeds, and I just felt something pulling in the back of my leg, and it just threw me up into the air. Felt as if my whole right side was being thrown into the air. And, you know, I went down, I couldn't run anymore, and later on that night then it started to get really painful. I went for a scan. You know, I was nervous to actually find out what it was like, and then when he said it was quite a bad tear, then I might be out for a few months, and obviously I was disappointed.
Last April, the first serious injury of Michael Owen's career ended his season prematurely with 7 league games to go. The problem dragged on all summer and into the new campaign, and Liverpool didn't want to rush the return of their most prized asset.
You know, we're not pushing it. I've been injured for 4 months now, so, you know, if I'm back next game or the game after, it's only 1 more week, so why take that risk in a week when you've been out for 4 months and you could risk another 4 months? So, no, we've got to be sensible about it. It's feeling fine in training. I've not been, you know, hiding it or whatever. I've really been exposing it to sprinting and to shooting as hard as possible, whatever. So, and that's all gone fine. So I'm just looking forward to starting again now.
Although out of football's headlines for a few months with his injury, Owen's public profile outside of the game has remained high. Sponsors such as Jaguar have kept faith with the young star. Both classics in their own right.
I think it appeals to everyone, whether you're an older driver, younger driver. I think everyone would like one of the models. They're great cars, they're British, which is also important. It's nice to drive a British car. And as I say, the main reason though is to look at it, and it's a nice car to drive.
Gerard Houllier's transfer spree has raised expectations on Merseyside, and this season Owen feels Liverpool can at last deliver.
Being in the Liverpool team, there's a need to succeed really, and we haven't done it for a while, so each year that goes by there's an added pressure that goes with it. Maybe so more this year that we've spent a lot of money. We've brought in 6 or 7 new players, and you know there is a lot of pressure on us this year, but we believe in our squad, we believe in the players, the management, and you know we're looking forward to a good season.
Liverpool's start, though, was less than spectacular. 3 points from 3 games, including a home defeat by Watford. But remember, Liverpool don't have the European distractions of the more fancied title chasers. So this is how Owen sees the championship picture.
Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United are always going to be up there, and I think us and Leeds have been tipped by a lot of people to, you know, be the dark horses, to be the ones that could get into that group of 3. Them 3 teams are all in the Champions League. Man United are playing in Brazil. There's a lot of games to be played, so hopefully we can cash in on that and come with a charge. You know, you never know.
After recent results, Owen's comeback is more critical than ever for Liverpool. They badly need his goals and blinding pace if they're to play a major role in the chase for silverware this season.
Owen still wasn't fit to take his place in the Liverpool squad facing Leeds. Liverpool desperate for the points at Ellen Road. Match commentator Jerry Harrison.
Well, so far, Leeds hardly out of second gear, and Liverpool seem to be making all the running. They just seem to have more energy. Here's Patrick Berger down the left. Comes to Redknapp, he's done well, he's past Hart. Oh, it's a good shot and a great clearance off the line by Lee Bowyer. Remarkable piece of work to keep Liverpool out when Nigel Martyn was clearly beaten. Corner for Leeds. Ian Hart takes it. Oh, it's in. Off Darren Huckabee, was it? Untidy, but a goal nevertheless. Poor defending by Liverpool. We've seen that before. Whipped in past a couple of defenders. Bridges looked like the best chance, but it might well have gone off the Cameroon defender Rigobert Song. Could be an own goal. Liverpool 1 down away from home. 2 consecutive defeats. A lot of new players, but they're working so hard here. Free kick quickly taken to Berger. There's Kamara. Return to Berger. Good tackle by Rugby. Oh, a great shot by Kamara. On the stroke of half-time, that's 1-1. Titi Kamara, again a touch of fortune, but a great finish. I'm not sure when Leeds are going to show some of that zest and verve which has made them so popular. But here's Berger to Fowler. Oh, it's knocked in past Martin. 2-1, 55 minutes gone. Fairly apologetic about taking the praise. A defender's nightmare running back towards his own goal. And Radebe gets a foot into tackle, and it could well have gone off him. Is that another own goal? Strange game. Liverpool came here short of firepower and desperately worried. Leeds getting most of the headlines. But here's Berger with another shot. He's had a great game. Liverpool have grabbed most of the initiative and the limelight tonight, and Martin's certainly been the busier goalkeeper. Final whistle, the delight, the relief from Gerard Houllier. Liverpool the better side. Michael Owen not far off fitness. Things are looking up for them.
We're very happy today because we've beaten what we think a contender. And last season Leeds beat us in Anfield, and we drew here only. So to beat Leeds here is quite a performance, yeah.
It's the worst performance since I've been here, and they're a great bunch of people, but tonight they didn't perform.
In the news this week, Kevin Keegan has announced his England squad for the crucial European qualifiers against Luxembourg and Poland. Out goes Man United striker Andy Cole, but there's a shock recall for 37-year-old West Ham defender Stuart Pearce.
Chelsea can celebrate as they join Manchester United and Arsenal in the Champions League following a 3-0 aggregate win against Skonto Riga of Latvia.
Harry Redknapp's West Ham are also back in Europe for the first time since 1981. A 3-2 aggregate win over Metz in the Intertoto sees them qualify for the UEFA Cup.
Transfer talk, and Brian Robson has confirmed he's been speaking with Atletico Madrid with a view to bringing Juninho back to Middlesbrough.
And keeping it in the family down at the Dell as Portuguese winger Luis Boemorte joins his brother at Southampton following a move from Arsenal. After Sunday's defeat at the hands of Manchester United, Arsenal desperately needed to get back on track at home to Bradford City. They made an impressive start. Kanu's penetrating run at the heart of the Bradford defence created space on the right for Ray Parlour. A reflex save this by Bradford City keeper Gary Walsh. But from the resulting corner, the pressure finally told. Vieira putting the Gunners ahead. The Frenchman out-jumping everyone. His first goal of the season, an unstoppable header. Arsenal were now beginning to find their rhythm. Ray Parlour exchanged passes with Dennis Bergkamp. Through on goal, Parlour was sent tumbling by Wayne Jacobs. Referee Alan Wiley had no doubts, penalty to Arsenal. As usual, Kanu was the coolest man in the stadium. Arsenal cruising at 2-0. There was no respite for Bradford City in the second half as Arsenal continued to pin them back. Thierry Henry's pace and skill on the flanks was causing all sorts of problems for the visitors. Here he set up another chance for Bergkamp. Freddie Ljungberg was unable to capitalise. Arsenal were now pouring forward at will, only wasteful finishing kept the score at 2-0. Mark Overmars dancing around the Bradford defence, only to hit the bar with the goal at his mercy. Arsenal just had 2 goals to show for their overall domination. That didn't matter, another 3 points in the bag. Last time out, the runners and riders at Sandown fell at the first. Just 2 out of 10 for their efforts. This week, for our predictions, we visit the Premier League Hall of Fame. Will they be top of the class or just dummies?
Aston Villa, Middlesbrough, both playing very, very well, scoring lots of goals. I predict a 2-all draw.
Bradford City, West Ham, at the Hams 2-1.
Derby versus Everton. I think the score will be 2-1 to Derby. Liverpool versus Arsenal. I think the score will be 2-1 to Arsenal.
Saints versus Wednesday, 3-0 to Wednesday.
Spurs versus Leeds, 2-1 to Tottenham.
Wimbledon versus Chelsea, the crazy game will come hard, but class will tell. Chelsea takes it 1-0.
Sunderland versus Coventry City. I think Kevin Phillips will be too strong for the Coventry defence. 2-0 to Sunderland.
Leicester versus Watford, close one, 1-1 probably.
Man United Newcastle, revenge for 95-6. Shearer gets the goal, 1-0.
The big game next week is Newcastle's visit to Old Trafford to face Manchester United. Can Ruud Gullit's regime survive that? United haven't lost at home since last December. Elsewhere, Liverpool host Arsenal, Spurs tackle Leeds at White Hart Lane.
And Tottenham are bolstered by 3 straight wins. For 24 hours, they were even top of the Premiership. But George Graham insists his sights are not set too high.
This season, I think our target would like to be top 6 and qualifying for Europe through a league position. And then if we get an outstanding run again in the Cups, that would be a bonus.
Spurs' promising start receives a stern test as they take on Leeds. Last time round, it was honours even at 3-all. But Graham knows it's always tough facing his former number 2, David O'Leary.
Because they had an off day during the week, they'll be probably fired up more against us on Saturday. So we're expecting a hard, tough game, and if we can get any sort of result, I'll be pleased.
There's a familiar feel to the top of the table. After 5 games, Manchester United have a 3-point advantage over Villa and Arsenal. And look at Everton in 7th place.
At the bottom, Newcastle and Sheffield Wednesday have had terrible starts, only 1 point from a possible 15. It's going to be a long season for both clubs.
So the Newcastle fans left dejected after their 4th defeat. The question remains, should Gullit have left Shearer out? One man feels he knows the answer.
Obviously, their manager, he pitched the team, but I must say, I don't know, so I was pleased that Shearer didn't start.
Gullit on the edge. Come Monday, the last fixture he would have chosen away to Manchester United.
See you next time.
Night. And Robbie Fowler with plenty to celebrate in his life at the moment. A great goal here. Become a father for the first time. A little girl, as yet we understand unnamed. So quite a week in his life. Improvement for Arsenal, no doubt about that, but also no doubt that Liverpool had some spells in the first half of truly splendid play. They attacked their favoured Kop end in the second half. Now, of course, a wonderful sweep of a stand with people watch their football supposedly seated, different to the old days. moving mass of humanity backing Liverpool behind the right-hand goal as we look. And there's so many triumphs, but getting back to that sort of level, that's the target. Bergkamp, Ljungberg. Well, he was allowed to go much further than Liverpool would have liked. He's only scored twice in his Arsenal career, both of those goals against Manchester United, both at Highbury. It's as good an opening, really, as Arsenal have manufactured. And Liverpool played a part in that by backing off Freddie Ljungberg. Vieira. Thompson trying to stay with him in that almost irritating way. I'm sure Vieira would describe it as that. Hard to swat off the attentions of David Thompson, who is now on the ball. So. Song winning the battle so far against Mark Overmars, but need a steady concentration as well as speed for the second half.
Be ready to go! Be ready to go!
Overmars takes the first to him this time, and again Song getting some protection. Overmars getting some frustration. Going infield now, but beaten by the bounce. Rupier heading it forward. Fowler curves beyond Vieira. Is he going to shoot from distance again, as he did so successfully after 8 minutes of the first half? It was in his mind, wasn't it? Winterburn can have a problem here. Whether that was by design. If it was quite crafty, allowing Redknapp sight of the ball to slide a foot to it, and it was diverted behind for the goal kick. Arsenal, incidentally, haven't scored against Liverpool since Ian Wright was around. Rather states them, doesn't it? They've got a corner here. Got Winterburn to take it. A situation in which Manu Petit is missed, but Winterburn's got Adams to look for, making a bending run away from the near post area and then coming in from deep, but it's too high for him. Collected though by Overmars. Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. Formative minutes of the second half. Work by Thompson. Was able to steer it to Dixon though. Norrie, Ljungberg ahead of him. Dixon. But that's typical of Liverpool today. If one player is in trouble, there's always help instantly on hand. It was Patrick Berger then. Henry. It's Berger who makes the interception. Just a little touch from Camara was effective. Still back to Redknapp by Fowler. Here's Thompson. Liverpool trying to swarm forward, but Gerrard was one of the easier passes, but he got it wrong. aficionados enjoying some of this passing. The referee not enjoying some of the Arsenal attempts to stop it. And in fact, the crowd not appreciating that the whistle went at all, because Liverpool had kept going, and it was an artistic movement. Ray Parlour slid in on Berger. Thompson, as you see, got to the loose ball. But the decision had been made. Gerrard. Through to Fowler, looking for Redknapp, well read by Martin Keown for Arsenal. Derby have scored against 10-man Everton through their new signing from Argentina, Esteban Fuertes. Ljungberg, Bergkamp, waves away the flag, but it's only a gesture of frustration, not of any effectiveness, because the flag is what has stopped Arsenal here. It looked as though the assistant from that angle had the right to raise it. Adams has to scurry, because I don't think Manninger would have got there before Fowler. It came off Martin Keown's head and dropped the wrong way for Arsenal. Fourth official Michael Jones just trying to curb the enthusiasm of Gerard Houllier. Lovely touch by Berger. Fowler! Well, he was the only Liverpool player in the penalty area, and that was recognised by Dominic Matteo. Never easy to hit the ball when it comes across the player as it did to Fowler then, but certainly, given the sweetness of the contact around this stage in the first half, half fancied Fowler might do it again, but to Arsenal's relief he didn't. Overmarks. Arsenal have a corner. Already one or two slightly more encouraging signs from Arsene Wenger's point of view. The manager had his say at half-time. I think they should have another corner, but it's a goal kick. Time for me to tell you that Bradford are finding out about the Premier League the hard way. They're 3-0 down at home to West Ham. Carlo Wanchop getting in on the act. The second goal came just before half-time from Trevor Sinclair. Paolo Di Canio got the first. Keown, Thompson, Ljungberg, somehow extricating himself, not quite putting enough on the pass. It was an interception by Hupia. Stop Mori getting away. Arsenal lost only 4 league matches in the entire programme last season. Could lose 2 in a week. If they don't manage to score a goal against Liverpool here today, and that's been a problem for them for the past couple of seasons, they will lose 2 in a week. Went all wrong between Dixon and Ulrich. What Liverpool have managed to do today is score against Arsenal in the first half. That's not something that happens very often. It's only 3 goals of the 17 they conceded were first half difference from opponents last season. Redknapp. More nervy than usual. Ljungberg. Bergkamp. Down for Parlour. changed it in the second half. Arsenal with Henry on the right, Parler more central with Ljungberg and Vieira. Bergkamp being asked to be a focal point through the middle, with Overmars the most likely to support him coming from the left. Did well then. Overmars with Song on his back, but Overmars squeezing it to Winterburn. Adams. Liverpool behind the ball. Keogh. Henry. Rather tentative. Henry got in. Liverpool could have broken quickly then. You can sense the disappointment. And the knowledgeable supporters. Ljungberg. Overmars, Parler, ambitious pass for Thierry Henry. Across the flag, says he can't. Well, the young forward from France, Gerard Houllier, knows all about Thierry Henry. He's going to make sure he stops him making an impact on this game, but I don't think that Arsene Wenger would suggest that Thierry Henry has quite produced so far in his early weeks in English football. It takes time for players to settle, particularly attacking players who aren't maybe used to the high tempo and the speed of defensive work in this league. Speed of work all over the pitch, of course. At the Dell. Bottom club Sheffield Wednesday have conceded it. Southampton lead them 1-0. Hassan Kashloul on target. Winterburn. Here's Thompson again. He works that position with great willingness. Referee's decided not to stop it. Ruapia. I was backing up the play. Well, he fought so hard to get possession that the pulse was still racing when he did. And maybe just a pause for thought would have improved Liverpool's lot, but again, they've taken TT Camara to their hearts here on Merseyside. Treatment required for Thierry Henry. They're having to really battle up front, and Bergkamp being asked to get in amongst the defenders and use his physique rather than have someone else do it to benefit his game. Arsene Wenger and Gerard Houllier talking before the game about the big managerial news of the day. If you haven't heard it, Ruud Gullit resigning as man in charge of Newcastle United after just a year in charge. Newcastle don't play today. They are away to Manchester United on Monday. Steve Clarke, Ruud Gullit's assistant for the past year, is going to be in charge of the Magpies for that game. Studious ball forward by Keogh. Ruapia lost his balance. It's better for Liverpool. Fowler linking up with Berger. Still the two take on Arsenal. A trip by Patrick Vieira. Dermot Gallagher gets the notebook out and closed in it the card of
of yellow. He hasn't turned back to look at it, Patrick Vieira, but it has been shown in his direction. That was all troublesome for the London club through the combined endeavour of Fowler and Berger. It's Redknapp, beaten away by Manninger. Hit with phenomenal force by Jamie Redknapp. And Manninger, who dealt impressively with the power of a Fowler shot in the first half, was equal to the velocity there from the free kick. It's Redknapp again, it's Berger, and Robbie Fowler in the clear! Off the post! Well, it's hard to say he should have taken his time because he came so close. But I just wonder whether that will be a pivotal moment in the match. Off the post. Fowler reflects, wondered about offside. Camera. Good turn by Keogh. Winterberg. Taken on by Vieira. Henry. Good grasp by Vestergaard. There was no one following in, incidentally, for Arsenal, but the goalkeeper wasn't to be aware of that. And after a slightly substandard start to the second half compared to the way they started the first, at least, Liverpool showing signs of getting going again. And defending this 1-0 lead by playing in Arsenal territory. Gerrard, Camera had time, but he wasn't told. There'd been a collision here. The referee hasn't stopped it. Song has to slam it away. Pace of the game restored. Thierry Henry is the Arsenal player. Getting attention from Gary Lewin. Steven Gerrard. Looked after here by Simon Farnworth, who's standing in at the moment as Liverpool's physio. He works for the club at the academy. All the while, waiting to come on. Henry will be okay to continue if Arsene Wenger wants him to continue. Meanwhile, the game will restart without Gerrard and Henry for the moment, with a Liverpool corner. Oh, nice kick by Parler. It was Patrick Berger's slower corner, perhaps. He swung far too soon, did Ray Parler. And again, Carragher showing the strength that Liverpool need at the back. Winterberg. Kept in by Thompson. Overall, Liverpool, good value for their lead. Their real devotees might believe that they should be more in front. But at just 1-0, Arsenal will feel they still have a chance. Henry and Gerrard are back on. And it's Mark Overmars. He hasn't got much out of Rigobert Song today. He's just back in full training. Deemed perhaps sufficiently fit to go the distance. Davor Schuker comes on. And
Bergkamp has a new ally. Arsenal have reshuffled again. More on that in a moment as Matteo. Well, that was again bold and brave from Dominic Matteo. Disappointment that Dermot Gallagher chose to give Liverpool the free kick. Matteo was doing well enough, thank you very much, without the help of the referee. The free kick it is. Keogh. Thompson. It's given away, and to Bergkamp as well. Schuker, though, has done something similar. The second half to go. One goal came early after 8 minutes. A rocket from Robbie Fowler. It's a mistake by Schuker. Fowler playing it on into space that's filled by Camara. Wants to take on Tony Adams. He's looking to force the issue here. But the free kick is given against the Arsenal skipper. Kick Arsenal certainly aren't happy about. Berger takes it. Handed out by Patrick Vieira. Redknapp. Parler's clearance. It's the better of Ljungberg. There goes Parler again, but there's no sort of controlled spell of possession from Arsenal. Liverpool still look as though they carry the sharper cutting edge. Black up. It's the timing of the pass there, Berger to Matteo. Liverpool. Stefan Osho, he hasn't played for them since his move from Blackburn. Schmitzer, who was the logical replacement for McManaman, came into the team straight away, but then got injured. Didi Hamann, a much prized capture from Newcastle. And of course, there's still Michael Owen to come. So even though Arsenal can point to absentees like Manu Petit, Liverpool will have an answer to that. They have had an answer to much of what Arsenal have done on the pitch so far in this game. Parler, Vieira. Back towards Winterburn. That ball by Thompson. Prospered very little Arsenal from free play, but maybe this raised arm here by David Thompson will open the door at Anfield for Arsene Wenger's team. The free kick can't be taken because out of your picture, David Thompson is needing some attention for cramp. Serious than cramp is in the back of the knee. I think cramp is the most likely diagnosis, but they've got a right-sided player, Vegard Hegem, who's just returned to fitness himself. circumstances. One would suggest it's wise to make the change. We're inside the last 20 minutes now. No time to hang around, waiting and wondering. Hagen's first job is to try and put up a barricade here. It's a good Bergkamp. His view direct at goal is masked. The Dutch goalkeeper catches from the Dutch master. Westerveld's throw picked off by Winterburn, and Bergkamp challenging Liverpool again. They've given him very little. And look how quickly they got around Dennis Bergkamp. In keeping again with the energy levels of Liverpool, and maybe slightly misapplied then. Did Kamara get caught by his own player, Redknapp? Possibly he did. Such was the eagerness of Liverpool to come forward. He did follow into Tony Redknapp, TT Kamara. The initial contact. Michael Owen still amongst the substitutes, the potential substitutes limpering up. On for Thompson. Berger. Kamara. Movement a bit stiff and disjointed there. Very different atmosphere here. The first home game for the Liverpool Reds this season when they lost to Watford. Winning here for the very first time. Rupiah. Berger. Gerrard. Kamara. Keown having to turn and chase. Kamara gets there for the cross. Oh, it rolled loose for a fraction of a second, but not into the path of Fowler. Gerrard. Redknapp. Fine tackle by Winterburn, but he really completed, although he gets the throw. Nigel Winterburn kicked by Stuart Pearce, who's even older than him for the England squad. Matteo, Kamara. Hegem. Vieira had to be careful, he's been booked, remember. Redknapp. Schuker. Need to help the back line. There goes Gerrard. To dispossess Vieira. They've done that. They've got in the cross. Slightly surprised one or two of his teammates. Dixon. Arsenal have looked really no better than workmanlike today, and that's a great compliment to Liverpool. Because they are better than that. Fowler. Winterburn. Hopeful cross, really. Bergkamp. Schuker! Well, Ljungberg saying maybe there was an alternative. But on his revered left foot, the Croatian, not an easy angle to strike from, but a player of his capability. Worth trying it, as Robbie Fowler tried his luck from distance. Silvino is being sent into the fray by Arsene Wenger in place of Parla. 15 minutes left. First half, no great complaints from the Liverpool players, which is good to see. Encourage the referee to get that card out again and get Ljungberg off. Well, he hit a real scorcher earlier in this half, didn't he, Jamie Redknapp? Berger is there as well, and it's deflected! That will do for Liverpool! Patrick Berger wheels away in triumph. Who've struggled really to bridge a one-goal gap, find themselves two adrift off the end of the wall, and Ljungberg, Manninger left pretty helpless, and Liverpool left sitting pretty. Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0. Liverpool in his time as Arsenal's manager, and this moment might well confirm another defeat, and this one at the hands of Gérard Houllier, old mate from France. What Festival has had to do, he's done very competently. They've been roughing him up in training to get him used to the English style, but I have to say Arsenal haven't got too many characters who are going to rough him up out on the pitch, unless maybe Adams or Keown gets in there on a set piece. Schuker. Winterberg. It's Liverpool's ball again. Hegger. Vieira. In a bit of a hurry, as much of the match has been played, and Liverpool have excelled at speed. Silvinho. Schuker. Dixon. Got to take some risks, Arsenal now. Free kick against them. Comes from Guinea, but has played for a long time in the French First Division. For accepting the challenge of helping lift Liverpool. Ljungberg. And that sort of day for Arsenal. And with the cushion of the second goal, Gérard Houllier giving in maybe to the temptation, which must be considerable, to let Michael Owen have a piece of the action here. Remember, in 2 weeks' time, Liverpool are at home to Manchester United. Dixon. It seems not unlucky for Liverpool. It looks like 13 matches against Arsenal without defeat. 2/3 of them won. This is Camara. It's just the margin of victory now as Arsenal are labouring defensively. Winterburn Only as far as Hegem. He goes in again. Silvino. Schuker. That's a nicely crafted pass to Silvino. You couldn't say the same though about his attempt to keep it going to Henry. More crowd-pleasing stuff from Camara. Silvino. Not pretty happy about the challenge there by Song. Silvino's off to South America. After this game, he's in the Brazilian squad who play against Argentina home and away during the international break. Ljungberg's pass. It's Carragher who gets there. And Henry put up both players. Henry's was the higher. And Dermot Gallagher again was right on the spot. Son with a certain amount of self-protection in his mind, I think, seeing the angle that Henry was coming in from. It's yellow. Excellent positioning from the referee. Such an excellent challenge by Henry. Song has survived it, but not without what that expression suggests is a certain amount of pain. Well, a late goal in London, Wimbledon 0, Chelsea 1, and Dan Petrescu has put his mark on that London derby. Winterburn's head, but it's fallen for Hegem. Still a play of authority that Tony Adams, of course, brings to Arsenal and wanted on a regular basis. Silvino, Bergkamp for Silvino. It's a lovely pass. And, an opportunity passed Arsenal by in the end because Schuker was pulling in a squarer position. Silvino was looking for Henry. A bit of an inquest there between Matteo and Carragher. Matteo wondering why he was required to come across. It was a quicker, more incisive raid from Arsenal, but there have been precious few of them. They are 2-0 down. Arsene Wenger moved to raise his voice at his players. 6 minutes or so, plus stoppage time left. Header. Slapped away by Adams. Schuker. To run in behind Liverpool. That's commodity. Of Henry early on. Arsenal look as though they might miss or have to look for elsewhere. Schuker. Now Silvino. Comes back against the Brazilian. He gets his cross in. Handed out by Hoopier. Winterburn trying to crack again. A little cameo of Liverpool's approach from Gerrard. Hegem's done well. Gerrard happy just to get it out of play. At this stage, we're inside the last 5 minutes. 2 goals up. No need for niceties. Very appreciative Anfield. There it is again, the closing down, which has been coordinated so well. It must be such a pleasure to Gerard Houllier and Phil Thompson. Liverpool free kick. Matteo was a bit tentative on his right side, but Arsenal were clumsy. Henry in particular. All uses up more time, and that's not a commodity that Arsenal have much of. International break for a rethink. His players, or a lot of them, won't have much of a break required for several different countries, of course. Hegger. Silvino. Didn't give Bergkamp much of a chance. So he's not really that sort of player, a target man. He wants to feed off others. Keogh. Sure, Liverpool didn't feed off Fowler. Challenge by Steven Gerrard, and Redknapp put to give him some reward for it with a through pass. Here's Henry. Getting the better of Matteo here. There's Hurkia. Three minutes plus stoppage time. Arsenal, who had scored in the previous 2 seasons against Liverpool, now need 2 in 3 minutes. Came close-ish there through Thierry Henry. Well, the ovation here is a welcome back to Michael Owen. Ahead of schedule in some ways, but it's been a long layoff with a hamstring injury. He's going to get a few seconds here in place of Titi Camara. Injured April to Ellen Road. It's a great sight for Liverpool and for England. He is in the England squad. We'll get another 4 weeks training under his belt before Kevin Keegan decides whether he's going to include him against Luxembourg. Not bad, 2-0 up against Arsenal, and you can bring on a player of Owen's calibre. Strengthening forces for Liverpool, there's no doubt about that, but also, more significantly, I think, strengthening of resolve as well. Kevin Keegan, in particular, pleased to see Owen in action. He'll savour every second of it. Who knows, maybe Owen will get a chance. In the 90th minute. Berger. Away from Michael Owen in the middle. Hegger. That's Gerrard. Supporting Liverpool will blame him at this stage for having a little bit of selfish thought there to have a crack at goal. 2-0 to Southampton as well against Sheffield Wednesday. Matthew Oakley, the scorer of the second at the Dell. Schuke. Comes to Vieira. Distinctly second best on the day, Arsenal. Around this famous stadium. You'll never walk alone. There'll be 3 extra minutes for the singing to continue, at least while the players on the pitch, and maybe for long after that. Owen. Liverpool started with a win at Sheffield Wednesday, then they lost here to Watford and at Middlesbrough. And there were crisis conversations being held on Merseyside, but the excellent performance at Ellen Road, and they built on that at Anfield today. Arsenal will be glad to hear the final whistle. Redknapp's corner. The keeper actually misjudged it, Adams didn't. Gerrard trying to take on two. Arsenal just left Bergkamp upfield. Others trying to spring forward now in support of Vieira's pass. Henry, Bergkamp for Ljungberg. Oh, it went Song. Penalty. Song on Ljungberg in stoppage time. So there might be something from the match for Arsenal. Son claiming that he got the ball. And I think he did. But for all the protests, Dermot Gallagher has given Arsenal the penalty. Kanu has been taking their penalties. And he's out of the side. Injured, so a chance for Schuker to get his first goal in English football. And he hasn't done that. Westerveld didn't buy the dummy. And it's all gone Liverpool's way today. All round at the end of the match with the penalty saved by Westerveld, a match which Liverpool have given their all and got their deserved reward, but what a week it's been for them. A shutout for Westerveld would be important because it's stopping the goals that have been on the Liverpool agenda. Robbie Fowler, well, he'll always score goals for you, and he scored a great goal to really set the agenda today. And Patrick Berger, with his deflected free kick, really ensured the 3 points to add to the 3 that they got so worthily at Leeds on Monday. The message from Merseyside: Liverpool are starting to flex their muscles again. Arsenal, well, their week opposite extremes, starting with a home defeat by Manchester United. They did beat Bradford in between, but ending at Anfield. Liverpool have certainly been their bogey side in recent seasons, and that's been the case again, but they haven't done it by lucky charms here by Liverpool. They have done it by tremendous team play, a real work ethic, and in the right areas of the pitch, they had by far the better performers. No wonder they take their time leaving Anfield, where it is buzzing at the final scenes. It's Liverpool 2, Arsenal 0.